Okay, welcome to the next part. This tutorial will be going over vegetation and how to apply vegetation in multiple different ways. All right, and let's just get started. As we know before, we've turned this layer into grass. We're going to go ahead and, we have this concrete layer. We're going to keep it on for now, so in case we go over more coffee we have here right now. We're going to go ahead and click on vegetation. And see, we already have long grass in there. We're going to go up here and we're going to go into the grass and flowers. And there's these couple of different ones. So lawn borders, basically what it is it's going to recognize the edge of that and try not to get over onto the concrete. So we're going to drag and drop that down into our vegetation layers. We're going to click on that and see we got this nice little thing right here. Now if we click on it, you can see that it's doing this kind of large thing. We don't really want that. See, it's really trying not to get into that area. So we're going to go ahead and undo that. We're going to reduce our diameter of that. Just find your kind of place you want that. That's a little small at 0.3, so maybe 1 foot. That's a bit small. I like to get a little big at first to kind of get the interior going first, and then do the edges at the end. So just get in there on the big spaces and fill it in as much as you can. Get in there, on some of these bigger spaces as well. Oh, see, it's so easy to get over that edge. You can adjust the density. We'll do that when we start doing the edge stuff. And then we're going to go over here to the other ones. Do these big patches and fill in those spaces. Go in here and do that as well. Just get in there. Getting a little rough. I mean, if you want to do a perfect lawn, it's going to be, you just go in here and paint till your heart's desire and get something you like. Alright. And in this case, since we have that bottom layer turned off, we can go to the edge because there's nothing below here that it's going to drop on. So we can kind of get around there a little more easily. Same thing with the concrete. We can turn that off. And then we can just brush over the whole thing. Now in this case, you might want to beef this up to 25. And then you can kind of go over it with a bigger brush. Kind of patchy spots, so we're going to reduce that to 5. Fill that kind of end in there. Now, annoyingly, its collision is reacting to this, so we can also hit lawn grass. So we also drop down lawn grass in here and fill in a little bit better. Fill in those splotchy spaces. Let's just go ahead and take that to 25. Oh, 25. Oh. Maybe we should just started with the only issue I have here is you see it does get on the edge a little bit. So if you want to be real precise, you see it's getting on the edge a little bit there. It's okay though, in my opinion. As long as it's not dropping to that bottom surface, I'm pretty happy with it. And so we're going to have this nice lawn and everything. Maybe dropping that down to 10, fixing that little area there. Maybe that little corner there. You can see there's really it's really quite nice. Alright, and so it's going over the edge a bit, but it's a nice lawn. And you just make sure you move along everything, that you fill everything in. Alright. Now the way we would deal with this is if you hold down Shift, you can begin to clip a little of that out. And you can have to go in with a finer brush. So we're going to drop this down to 2. We're going to go in there. And fill in a little better. You can switch to lawn borders and get in a little closer. Alright, so there's our space. Now what we need to do is add some people and stuff. That's going to be, or maybe some flowers. I kind of like to see some flowers in here, maybe some clover. So we're going to drag and drop the clover down in here. And we're just going to kind of make these little patches of clovers everywhere. You can kind of see them in that bottom view I just put in there. Alright, so we got that in like that. Now we're going to go back out and we're going to add the trees. Now what I do typically is I find out, I'll go so I'll go and see what local trees. It looks like lacy oak is pretty common. Live oaks are very common, so I think we're going to go with a live oak. In here we can type oak and see that we have a couple oaks. We don't have a live oak, so we're going to use these red oaks. And we're going to put them in here. And I need to be back and forth from my other file to look at the placement of these trees. So at this point, I'll pull up the trees and see where they're aligned. So there's like 4 kind of distributed there, and 1 on each. Okay, so we're going to go back over to Twinmotion. We're going to pull this on the side menu. And we're going to put one right there. Don't worry about the scale. We'll adjust that afterwards. We're going to put one right there. We're going to put one right there. And we're going to put one right here. And 2 here. And 2 here. And 1 here. 1 here. And 1 here. Alright, and so now we have the size. We're going to need to switch to move. And we're going to adjust these sizes down quite a bit. Go to the next one. Adjust him down. Adjust him down. This guy looks a little big. They will automatically turn. I wonder if you can just pick two of them. Alrighty. So there we have it. Our trees are in. Now there's some bushes and stuff that go inside here. So we need to adjust those in here as well. I don't like these things big at all. Alright, and so let's look at the bushes. So, plants. Here's the plants I have in here. They're kind of these aloe vera looking things. And that's where they're kind of placed. So we can get close to that. We can go back up here to their models. We're going to go to bushes. And then we're going to kind of scroll in. I mean, it looks like these aloe vera ones right here. That one's pretty good. So we're going to put these in here like this. So we're going to have one right there. We're going to have one in that corner right there. We're going to have two right here. Looks like there's a couple back here. And there's quite a few in this, so we're going to place one right here, right here, right here. In the back, they're kind of placed dynamically away from the trees. And one in the front right here. Alright, and then in the middle, there's three. And we're just going to put two. And there's one in there already. I don't like the placement of that tree right there, so we're going to go ahead and move him by pressing 4. We're going to move him back a little bit to line up with those guys. And I don't like him either. We're going to move him over a little bit. Alright, that looks pretty good. Now we're going to go back. We're going to pause here and we're going to say, okay, that's the end of vegetation. And we're going to move on to people, interactants, and organization of the plants. Alright, till the next video. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you in a minute.